hello. A lot of people may not agree with this video, but in a way it sort of explains why we as YouTubers and everybody else that is concerned with these cases of these missing children and the harmed children, the stolen, the sold, why we keep on, why we don't just stop. What do you guys think of the words unspeakable, horrific, terrible, scary, shocking, grim, monstrous? Are those words that really should be associated with a child, or the life of a child, or the taking of a life of a child? Not to me. But in the days that we live in now, that's what we face. Now, I know that this kind of stuff has went on for years, millennia, as a matter of fact. It's went on all the way back. I mean, I was looking through research today and looking back to the statistics and reports that have been done, and we're talking like, before Christ, after Christ, there's record of filicide. And it has literally almost made me sick to my stomach. And what you're going to be seeing are just these cases. There might be a couple that aren't, but these cases you're seeing in front of you are cases that have happened in the last few years, like the last 2 or 3 years, guys. I mean, come on. We have mom allegedly strangled her 3 children. Police say 32-year-old Lindsay Clancy tried to jump out a second-story window after strangling her children in the basement at her home. Now she is paralyzed from the waist down. Clancy was a labor and delivery nurse at Massachusetts General Hospital. Her lawyers say she was suffering from postpartum depression and psychosis. However, prosecutors say she was clear thinking and planned the murders. They also claim Clancy used an exercise band to strangle her children to death. We have Kamari Holland and her mother selling her. We have the mother in Texas that stabbed her children, 5 of them, 3 of them passed. I mean, guys, this is those words at the beginning. They describe all of these scenes. And this is why when something happens to a child, the first people that we look at, the first people we suspect, and sorry, we can't give up on, are the parents. Because for some reason in this day and time, it is happening more and more every day. You cannot literally turn on the news or open a newspaper without you're seeing, I mean, come on. Look, this one is a 28-year-old mother charged with murdering her 3 young children in East Los Angeles home. That happened June 30th, 2021. Let's go back to Clancy. That happened February 10th of this year. The Kamari Holland happened May 1st last year. The Texas mom who did away with 3 of them, she was trying to do away with all 5 of hers, March 3rd, 2023. You cannot open up a newspaper without finding this kind of stuff. Here's a grandmother charged after the 2nd child passes in her care. The 2nd child, guys. It says Kayla and Drew lived through a double tragedy. First, their 18-month-old son Ezra drowned in a pond at his grandmother's house. Then, less than a year later, their 8-month-old daughter Yuri lost her life after being left in a hot car for hours by the same grandmother. Now, Tracy Nix has been charged with aggravated manslaughter in the death of baby Yuri. The grieving parents say they want justice, even if it means sending Nix to jail. That's the mother, I'm assuming. I mean, when is this going to stop? I mean, this is horrifying, literally horrifying that these parents are continually doing this to these children. Mother admits killing her 3 children in Kern County. That happened in April 16th, 2021. Then we have the 3 children killed Mother's Day weekend, identified by police. That was May 11th, 2022. 3 children believed to have been killed by mother in Southern California over Mother's Day weekend have been identified. The Los Angeles County Coroner's Office has identified the siblings as 12-year-old Natalie Flores, 11-year-old Kevin Yanez, and 8-year-old Nathan Yanez. Their mother, Angela Dawn Flores, was arrested in connection with their deaths. Police say she has admitted to the killings. What parent does this? Here, this is the father in Utah who did away with his entire family, including his mother-in-law. That was January the 6th this year. How can you just do away with your children, your family? Sorry, guys, this outrages me, especially, I'm sitting here going through all of these, cropping them out, reading the articles, trying to figure out which ones to put in here. And I really didn't even decide which ones. I just literally went down the list. And this was just one right after another, after another, after another. Arizona mother suspected of killing her own 3 children. That happened in January 22nd, 2020. A young mother has been accused of horrific crimes. Phoenix police said Rachel Henry is suspected of killing her 3 children. CBS News correspondent Laura Podesta. Here we have Miami mother arrested for allegedly killing her 2 children. Police in Miami have arrested a 41-year-old mother in connection with the deaths of her 2 young children. That was April 14th of last year. Then we have mom who murdered 5-year-old son. I miss him. Get real. July 17th, 2020, Joanne Cunningham, the mother of AJ, has been sentenced to 35 years in prison in the 5-year-old's brutal death in April 2019. AJ died after being beaten by Cunningham and forced to stand in a cold shower after scalding him. I love him. I miss him, Cunningham said in a tearful statement in the court hearing. A recording played in court of the little boy's voice proved to be crucial evidence, in which AJ himself said he told his mom he wanted to see her hurt so he didn't have to ever see her again. Here's Arthur Hughes' father and stepmother guilty of unaliving him. I don't know why I've been saying unalive. I'm agitated, I guess. The 6-year-old, this happened December 2nd, 2021. 6-year-old Arthur died of an unsurvivable brain injury. But in the months before his death, his stepmother, Emma Truston, poisoned him with food laced with salt and starving him. Today, she was found guilty of child cruelty and murder. His father, Thomas Hughes, was convicted of manslaughter after encouraging the assault that killed his son. I mean, come on, guys. No wonder we look at the parent. Here's one. The father reacts to the death of his 4-year-old child, whose mother is charged with the homicide. According to charging documents, 23-year-old Cynthia Ross Enyart and 20-year-old Junior, and I can't pronounce his last name, has been charged with second-degree murder. Enyart's child was found dead in their apartment on December 11th with facial bruising and a soft head. Like I said, December 16th, 2022. Here's one, guys. Between the parents of the kids who were unalived and even their drama between them. It says records show troubled past between parents of 2 children allegedly unalived by their mother. This was April 14th, 2022. New surveillance videos show troubled mother pacing in front of her apartment in what appears to be a bath towel. Here we go. Here's this one. If anybody has any ideas of what to tell me that would explain any of this to me, please leave it in the comments below. We have 3-year-old unalived child injured when I can't pronounce the town. Mother made them drink bleach. She made them drink bleach, guys. Come on. This happened May 10th, 2022. A 3-year-old died and an 8-year-old was injured after their mother forced them to drink bleach before trying to unalive herself outside that church on Sunday. Osceola Sheriff Marcus Lopez said in a news briefing Tuesday. Sorry, I can't pronounce some of these names or towns. Here's one. The mother murdered her daughters because they got in the way of her sex life. August 1st, 2019. Louise Porton has been found guilty of murdering her 2 young daughters. Chilling footage shows the mother stopped to get petrol while her daughter is unalive in the back seat. What kind of monster do you have to be? Here's my children are dead. Mother arrested after children were stabbed. A 4-year-old, this was August 8th, 2022. A 4-year-old girl was killed and 2-year-old boy is hospitalized. Their mother stands accused of the crime. In New Orleans, woman is accused of stabbing her 4-year-old daughter to death and trying to do the same to her 2-year-old son on Sunday morning. The New Orleans Police Department said 31-year-old Janie Petadesclo, I don't know how you pronounce it, faces charges of second-degree murder, attempted murder, and second-degree cruelty to a juvenile. Jenny was booked Monday after having been hospitalized briefly. And I believe we all know about this one. It's the one that Grady Judd did a report on. Parents arrested after girl found starved to death in makeshift playpen. Guys, it's the one where it says the parents of an almost 3-year-old girl who was just bones and skin and only weighed 9 pounds when she passed have been arrested in Florida. I think they need to get a whole lot more than just arrested. I'm sorry. Then we have these idiots. You say, when I saw this man with his mouth open, I thought, well, that was strange, but didn't pay a whole lot of attention to it until I started reading the description on it. And the cameraman got a lucky shot there when he caught him mid jaw drop, I'm telling you. It says couple stunned after they're charged with murder in the death of their 10-month-old. A Michigan couple has been charged with the murder of allegedly starving their 10-month-old to death. Seth Welsh and his wife, Tatiana, both 27, stand accused of starving their infant daughter, Mary. She was found dead in their home near Grand Rapids on August the 2nd. Seth's jaw dropped when the judge read off the charges, and Tatiana sobbed uncontrollably during the hearing. An autopsy revealed the cause of Mary's death was malnutrition and dehydration due to neglect by the adult caregivers. How can you be shocked? You sit there and watched your child wither away, and you're shocked because you're going to be punished for it. Logan McGuani, or what? I can't pronounce it, guys. Murder. Mother, stepfather, and teen jailed for killing 5-year-old boy. Listen to this crap, guys. It says the video contains images and content that some viewers may find distressing. The mother and stepfather of a 5-year-old boy whose lifeless body was found dumped in a river have been jailed for life for his murder. I can't pronounce her first name. Williamson, 31, and John Cole, 40, of Sarn, Bridgeton, were convicted of murdering Logan McGuani, or I can't pronounce it, by jury of Cardiff Crown Court in April. I'm assuming it's overseas, guys. A 14-year-old who can now be named as Craig Mulligan after a judge lifted an anonymity ordered at Cardiff Crown Court was sentenced to 15 years for murder. The judge said the injuries Logan sustained at the hands of the trio were nothing short horrifying. Guys, these just keep going. They keep going. There's no end to them. I just gave up. I had done enough. That's why I stopped. But they literally just keep going. And like I said, I only went back like 3 years, and it pulled up a couple of them, but not many before 3 years. Mother of 2-year-old allegedly killed by father says she was just trying to move on. Now, if you didn't understand that, because I had trouble understanding that as well, the mother had left the father and was trying to get on with her life. And I believe this is the one where he calls her up on the phone and makes her watch him do away with their child. It says, and this was March 22nd, guys. I know in her mind, she probably was just like, what did I do? Said Kirsten Watson, why are you doing this to me for? Like, I love you. Why are you hurting me? That's probably exactly what that baby was thinking. You're supposed to protect me. You're supposed to care for me. Take care of me. You're not supposed to hurt me. None of these parents are supposed to be hurting their children. Mother who killed 3-year-old daughter faces judge. December 28th, 2022. The mother who confessed to killing her 3-year-old daughter appeared in court, according to police. She attempted to strangle her daughter before fatally stabbing her inside an apartment in North Miami Beach Tuesday morning. And then here's one. It's a little bit older, guys. The report came out, or they re-reported on it, but it happened back in 2010, as you can see on the picture. 4 brothers who were nearly starved to death by their parents. Now, when I seen this, it actually showed the picture of the 4 boys. And I'm telling y'all, it looked like it was 4 little boys, like maybe 7 to 10 years old. I really, truly thought that's what these kids were. Boy, was I wrong. This happened June 28th, 2019 is when this report was put out, but it happened back in 2010. 4 brothers who made headlines around the world, aged 19, 14, 10, and 9, were found living in a house of horrors, nearly starved to death by their adoptive parents. In 2010, 7 years later, the brave young brothers opened up to Oprah about the horrific abuse, neglect they endured and shared their incredible survival story. Y'all, if you haven't found out about this story, y'all need to go and watch the video, guys. See the pictures of those kids. It's unbelievable. And this, will they never come up with new ways to try to harm their children? Here we go, guys. Mother accused of hitting and killing a 3-year-old child with SUV in a game of chicken. How damn stupid, excuse my language, how damn stupid does a person have to be? June 21st, 2019, Lexus Stagg is charged with criminally negligent homicide in the child's death from an auto pedestrian crash on June 11th at the West Chase Grand apartment complex, the 10800 block of Richmond Avenue. She was literally playing chicken with a 3-year-old, and her being in the vehicle driving. I don't think that was playing, guys. There's no mistaking that. There's no game about that. I truly believe she did that on purpose and just said it was a game. I don't know. And these are the reasons that we believe it's the parents first before anybody else.